I kid you not. This is Christopher Walken. You know, it's such a beautiful summer day. I decided to come down to the park here in Queens, which is where I'm from, in case you didn't know. And I brought with me a little storybook. I thought we would have a lot of fun if we read together Honk by Pamela Duncan Edwards, illustrated by Henry Cole. The story of a Prima, Swanerina. So if you're seated comfortably, you enjoy the beautiful Queens scenery, I thought it might be fun to read the book to you. I think you'll enjoy it. Oh no, she's at it again, honked the goose. Clear a landing space, quacked the duck. Guard your lily pads, croaked the frogs. Watch out, here she comes. Mimi flew down in a perfect ballet pose. Splash. Mimi, cried a friend, stop doing that. You're driving us crazy, she's a crazy goose. But Mimi wasn't listening. She was whirling around the pond and point hey. You see, many months before, Mimi had visited the local opera house and seen some beautiful onstage performances, more beautiful than anything she'd seen before. She fell in love with ballet. She'd watch the new productions in the opera house every time they'd come in. How she was able to dance with webbed feet or even considered it as a career, I don't know. Now, one evening, Mimi watched the audience stepping into the opera house. I wish I could sit inside the opera house, she thought longingly. Then Mimi became excited. Why not, she cried. I'll go in right now. Mimi picked up an old ticket stub and went up the steps. The ladies and gentlemen of the theater and the ticket collector were very unhappy that a bird was in the theater. What's happening? Cried the opera house manager, rushing forward. Honk, said Mimi. Honk? What do you mean, honk? There are no birds allowed in the opera house. Mimi was puzzled. There has to be a mistake, she thought. So Mimi tried as a hat. She tried again, going through the garbage. And then she tried again. She took a hat and put it on her head. Chia. But none of it worked. The manager always came back, shooed her away. I don't know who this man with his big black mustache thinks he is, but what do I know? Mimi was miserable. As she left the theater in shame, a figure came hurrying up the pathway, muttering to herself, oh dear, I'm late again. The manager will be furious. Honk, agreed Mimi. And she paddled after the ballerina through the stage door. As the ballerina and Mimi arrived in the wings, the stage manager called out, enter right. Honk, said Mimi happily. Honk, cried the manager. Oh no! But it was too late. You see, Mimi, she made it on stage. She'd been trying this whole time to get there. And now, honk, there she is. Mimi demi-played, she danced en pointe, she chassed. Her feet flew across the floor. She remembered everything she had ever practiced. The end of the show comes and the audience rose to its feet. Who is she? Where did she come from? She is bewitching. She's a bird. Encore, came the cry. A marvel. Who is responsible? Huffing and spluttering, the manager sidled out onto the stage. In all this commotion, a man carried out a bouquet of flowers. Thank you, said the manager. They're not for you, said the man. They're for the bird. The audience cheered and clapped. Bravo, they cried. Bravo, Mimi. Bravo. Now, you see, I don't know about you, but this looks like a man who has clearly learned the error of his ways. Hey, you bird, he mouthed. Can you come again tomorrow? Honk, said Mimi. Honk, honk. In the end, Mimi, she's got stagecoach rides, which seems like a frivolous opera house expense to me. She's a bird, she could just fly, but she's an inspiration to us all. Join me next week for more stories here in the beautiful borough of Queens, which is where I'm from. Christopher Walken.